What's going on, Academy members? It is Josh here. Sorry I didn't remind anyone that I'm doing a training video today, but I am doing a weekly training video today, and this training video could seriously change your life. If you implement these 4 strategies that I am about to talk to you about today, you could seriously change your life. Because here's the thing. This is the number one thing that I see that is stopping people from making money. It's their belief systems, their beliefs around money. We all have this thing called a financial thermostat, and I talk about it in the Magnetic Millionaire Academy. I have a whole module on money, all right? I have a whole module on money, and the number one thing I see out there, I was actually just having a conversation with someone yesterday that he said to me over the phone, I was talking to him, I was like, mate, you know, I've worked with people like you before. I know that I can make people like you money. There are ways out there that we can increase our reach and start generating leads and start closing sales, people all over the world. And his response to me is, Josh, I don't believe it's easy to make money. Do you think this guy had money? Of course not, because he doesn't believe that he can make money. He thinks it's too hard to make money. It's too hard to make money. I even asked him what his goals were. I said, hey, how much money do you want to be making? So, oh, no. I only want to make $1,000 a month. I only want to make $1,000 a month. There's another belief. It's too hard to make money. I only want to make $1,000 a month. So here's what's going to happen with this guy. It is going to be too hard for him to make money. He's going to struggle to make money. He's going to struggle all the way up to $1,000 a month, and he's not going to make $1 more because he believes that, first of all, it's too hard. So it's going to be really difficult for him to get to $1,000 a month. And then he believes that he shouldn't be making any more than $1,000 a month, so he won't make more than $1,000 a month. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you think Richard Branson has the same beliefs as this guy around money? Do you think that Richard Branson thinks it's too hard to make money? Do you think that Richard Branson thinks that you should only make $1,000 a month? Of course not. Of course not. No. And the reason is his financial thermostat is millions, hundreds of millions, probably billions of dollars higher than this guy I was chatting to. So if we can increase our financial thermostat, guys, we can increase the amount of money we make. Because when our financial thermostat is high, set higher, money comes to us because we believe that it should. When we don't believe that money should be coming to us, when our financial thermostat is low, money doesn't come to us. But when we believe we should have a certain amount of money, then money will flow to us. Okay, someone was explaining it to me the other day, actually. I'm just going to do it on this. So if you can imagine people's financial thermostat, there's like a support and there's a maximum, right? So people are constantly going like this. They're making money, they're losing money, they're making money, they're losing money. They're going from support to max to support to max. But this guy that I was chatting to, his support is probably set at $500 and his max is set at $1,000. Right? So he goes from making $1,000 a month down to $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $500 a month. Richard Branson, his support is probably set at like 500K a month and $1 million a month. I don't know. It's probably even less. Like it's probably even more than that. It's Richard Branson we're talking about here, but this is just an example. So every month he goes from making 500K a month some months to $1 million a month other months, and it keeps going up and down like that. Everyone has this natural rhythm going, unless you're in a full-time job. But all entrepreneurs have this natural rhythm going. Now, our mission for you is to increase the maximum and increase the support so that your range is now in a completely different space. And when your range is in a completely different space, if your support goes up, which is what we're going to work on today, then the amount of money that you believe you must have as a minimum every single month will just come to you. I don't know if you're an entrepreneur, you'll be able to resonate with this, but you've ever had those months where, well, you look back at the last 12 months and you're like, wow, I always seem to find the money to pay for rent, pay for the bills, and do the things that I want to do. I never have more than that, but I always find the money to do that. I've experienced this. A couple of years ago, I was working with a coach to specifically increase my financial thermostat because I was constantly making enough money for rent, but never anymore. And I was like, what's going on? Why can't I make any more money? And it was because my support was set at a specific amount that covered rent, covered everything, and my max wasn't much higher. So I was constantly playing in this little space, always. So I always made enough for rent. I always made enough money to do what I needed to do, but I never made much more than that. Okay? So if you have any more questions about this or anything, just put them in the comments and I will answer those. But I'm going to jump into the 4 different strategies that we can use now. Before I do, I got a prop. Let me just come back in 1 sec. Okay, so the number 1 strategy, the first strategy that we can use is in the course, but I want to mention it again today because it's an incredible exercise, and if you haven't done it yet, you just need to go do this right now. Okay, I loved this exercise. You need to do it yourself. Literally, what you need to do is just grab yourself a clean sheet of paper or have a document open on your computer, because we are going to write a full page, a story on a full page about us living the high life, living the most extravagant version of our life that we can think of. So I want you to start the story with, I was skydiving with Will Smith and we landed in the middle of the Amazon and we had this villa on the coast of the Amazon River overlooking the water. I was eating caviar and, what the idea is, we want to make this as extravagant as possible. I went and visited the Queen. A helicopter came down, picked us up, took us to the airport where my private jet was waiting for me. I jumped in the private jet. I had a bottle of Moet Chandon waiting for me. I had a sip of champagne. We're on our way to Tuscany. Write a story where you are living the high life, where you are being the ultimate financial version of yourself. And I'm not just talking about making a couple of $100,000 a month. I'm talking about filthy rich. I'm talking about oligarch rich. I'm talking about you got billions in the bank. You don't know how to spend all the money that you have. I want you writing a story like this. The reason we do this is because I want you to push the boundaries. Remember, we tell ourselves stories. We have specific beliefs around money. So I want to stretch that story. I want to stretch those beliefs so that now we plant new stories. So you're no longer thinking, oh, money's too hard to make. I want you thinking, man, I can't wait to be on stage with Justin Bieber and sing Sorry with him. I don't know. Whatever your craziest, whatever the craziest thing you can think of, I want you writing it down. I want you to write this crazy story on a piece of paper or on the computer, just so that you can feel yourself really stretching your mental boundaries. You don't have any boundaries anymore. You just go as crazy as you can possibly think. And what we're also doing here is we're doing a form of manifestation, because now we're visualizing the world that we want to create for ourselves, and we're telling the universe, this is what we want. So that's a great exercise. So I want you to start off by doing that. The second thing we can do is we can be around money more. This is something I've started doing, right? So every time I get a couple of sales, I'll just pull some money out. of the account. Have a couple of hundreds in the wallet. I want to get a few more out. I want to have about 500 bucks in my wallet. So I have it in my wallet at all times, just like around me. Just every now and then I'll pull it out. I'll have a smell. Money has a smell. Being around it, holding money in your hand creates feelings and emotions, right? Money is energy. Money is energy. You're looking at money. Even you right now, looking at this video, seeing these hundreds in my hand, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? You're looking at the money. You're looking at this guy, John Monash, in the eye. I know who's on the $100 bill now. If anyone asks me what face is on the $100 bill, it's John Monash. All right, because I have just studied this note. I have looked at it, smelt it, rubbed it on myself. It sounds weird, but what I want you to do is get comfortable being around money. I want you to have a strong relationship with money. A strong relationship with money means an increased financial thermostat. An increased financial thermostat means more money in the bank. Okay, so I want you to get a couple of $100 bills out, anywhere up to 500 bucks, as much as you want, and just have it with you. Just like the first step where we're telling ourselves a story, a new story around money, I want you to just be around money all the time. People aren't doing this enough. Everyone has money in the bank. But if you notice, like as soon as money comes in the bank, it's going out straight away. Maybe you're one of those people that's thinking, where's all my money going? That's your financial thermostat. So if you pull out the money first and just have it in your wallet, you're not going to notice it missing. You're not going to notice it missing, trust me. And if anything, by having it in your wallet, by being around it all the time, you're going to create more money in your life. So just have it in your wallet. And when I meditate as well, sometimes when I meditate, I'll just have it in my hands and I'll just be feeling it, smell it, put it on my heart, feel the energy connection between my heart and these $100 bills. This is what we want to do. This is how we can create an increased financial thermostat. Now, before I say to the next one, I just want to make sure that this video is working, because sometimes I've done the whole video and then it doesn't work. So let's just see here. Financial thermostat. Now, all right, it's working. Cool. So that's what we want to do. We want to increase your financial thermostat. So strategy 2 is having $100 bills in your wallet, always being around money, having money on you, having money on you, having money on you. Third thing we can do is get real about what our beliefs around money are. So like I said, with this guy that I was chatting to, his beliefs around money are that it's too hard to make money and I shouldn't be making more than $1,000 a month. Can you imagine that? If anyone watching this video is making more than $1,000 a month, which I'm sure everyone is. In fact, I know everyone is that is watching this video. $1,000 a month, that's peanuts, that's nothing, right? Can you imagine only making $1,000 a month and thinking that that is all that you need to make? I couldn't live off that much money, right? So this is the thing, right? This guy needs to tell himself a new story. So the third thing you can do, the third strategy, is to have an awareness of what stories you're telling yourself regarding money. What is it that you're telling yourself regarding money that is stopping you from making more of it? And what we need to do is we need to turn it on its head and we need to start telling ourselves the opposite story. So this guy that I was talking to that says it's too hard to make money and I should only make $1,000 a month. He needs to start saying to himself on a daily basis, money comes easy to me. It is so easy to make money. I am making $15,000 US per month, 20,000. Start telling himself he's making that much money. Get comfortable with saying, I have $20,000 US in clients coming in every single month. I guarantee if he says that to himself once, he will create emotions within himself that he has never experienced ever before. And as you know from manifestation, if we create those emotions within ourselves, that manifests that reality for ourselves in the physical world. All right, so start telling yourself a new story. The fourth thing we can do is we can actually experience the abundant lifestyle for not much money, to be honest. We want to start doing things. We want to start experiencing life as the person that we want to experience it as. A really easy way to do it is gold class. Go to gold class at the cinemas. I don't know if you've ever done it before, gold class, or if you're an American or not from Australia, I don't know what the equivalent is, but it's basically just the premium movie ticket seats. In Australia, it's called gold class for Village. And so for any Australians, as you know, you pay for the gold class ticket. It's only like an extra $20 for the ticket, but you go to a whole different section. Someone waits on you. They come over to your table. They seat you, and then they take your order. You know, you might order a coffee and a little bit of food. They'll bring that to you. Then they'll come and get you when the movie's ready, and they'll go, hey, can you please follow us? And they'll take you into the movie theater. They'll show you your seat. They'll explain how everything works. It's a recliner seat. You feel like a boss when you go to Village Gold Class. Do it. Experience it. It's only going to cost you a little bit more, but you're going to start telling yourself a new story. You'll be like, yes, I'm worth this. I can get used to this. I am used to this. Okay? Another way that we can do it is I'm flying to Bali in June, and I bought business class tickets using points. So I got a credit card last year specifically because I knew that if I spent $3,000 in 3 months, I would get 100,000 bonus points. Got my bonus points, and guess how much premium tickets to Bali return costed me? 100,000 points. I didn't pay a cent, and I'm going to fly business class from Melbourne to Bali and then Bali back to Melbourne. Full-on business class, but the fancy business class. So I'm going to get to experience that. I'm going to be able to do a live video. I'm going to be able to be in there. People will be giving me free champagne. I'll be having a scotch probably, read my book in style, get my seat all the way back, watch a bit of TV, read some stuff. You know, it's only a 6-hour flight, so it's not heaps, but I'm going to experience the high life because that's how I want to travel everywhere all the time. So now I'm going to experience it. Another thing that I did recently, I went to a Porsche dealership. I went to a Merc dealership, a Porsche dealership, and a Land Rover dealership, and I really, really want a Porsche. So I went into the Porsche dealership and I sat in all the cars. I sat in a whole bunch of their cars. And I just pictured myself driving this Porsche. Guess how much that cost me? $0. So let's look at what I've just talked about. The gold class, which is like $40 a ticket, and then a bit of food. Let's say a bit of food added to that. Let's say you pay $80 for that experience, and you get weighted on hand and foot, and you watch a movie in style. Get yourself a credit card, get some bonus points, fly to Bali for free, business class. All right, so $0. So far, I'm flying business class and I watched a movie as a baller for $80. Then I went to a Porsche dealership and sat in some Porsches, experienced what it felt like to sit in a Porsche and to be a Porsche owner. $0. They even gave me a coffee for free. I sat in there, they gave me a bottle of water and a coffee for free because they were like, well, this guy's going to buy a Porsche. And yes, I am. I will be buying a Porsche. I already have bought a Porsche. It's just later on in my timeline. I did all 3 of these things for $80. That's all it costs to live the abundant lifestyle. You can actually experience it now. Stop thinking to yourself, I'll experience it when I found the money. Experience it now, and then the money will come. Guys, that's why I'm doing this video in the Magnetic Millionaire Academy members group as a weekly training, because this is next level. This is the stuff people don't do, right? I really hope you guys actually do some of this stuff. I really hope you guys do some of this stuff, because if you do, it will completely change the results for you. Okay, so let's run through them again. So write the extravagant story about yourself. Get a page, write down, just getting a couple of calls. Write down the extravagant story about yourself so that you can experience a new story. You can tell yourself a new story and really increase the boundaries of your financial thermostat. Okay. Second of all, be around money. Take some cash out, have it in your wallet, and every now and then pull it out, have a smell, rub it on your body, feel what it feels like, look at the detail of the notes, and get used to being around it. Third of all, ask yourself, what are my beliefs around money? What am I telling myself on a daily basis? And then find out what the opposite is and tell yourself the opposite story on a daily basis. A good one that Bob Proctor says is, I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis. You say that to yourself once a day, say that to yourself 1,000 times a day, you're going to get results. And the fourth thing is live life abundantly for cheap. Go to gold class, go sit in a Porsche, go buy flights using points, travel the world, do whatever you need to do, go business class, experience it now. And guys, if you do that, you'll increase your financial thermostat. You increase your financial thermostat, you're going to get more results. All right. Hit me up. If you're watching this, comment below with some questions. Give me some thoughts. Tell me what you're going to do. Which of those 4 things are you going to do in the next 24 hours? I want you to put it in the comments. If you're watching this replay, hashtag Team Replay. Let's get this done. Let's go, people. Talk soon.